Au ya you. You will lay a desire. Then I'd wear drag power. President via Yatija, this again. I say, oh, me, I'm right. And by doing you, I'm a part of my trade there. Well, you'll learn it goes away. Alas, I go that Gianna, we say you. Papa Mora, get me up when anywhere, Momba Sivole. L'arrangeur parmi national, très trop fort. Puis à quoi ben moi c'est so when you go yeah. I want say bobo. Dia bio. Do a play you go back for monya o. Papa nyi guitar, petit, blazo fait sonner. Kaidaka. Bena baya posa gogo mambo panjagu. Apo blo akafoi. Apo zanyo kafoi. Be afonte mo gbandi yo pa kleju kiyen. Nyanjo si won. Post go kata tiyan pe atiyan de won. E mo o. Nesse to kan. Questi è solo poco che guarda yebe. Koworia na kana salute. Posto jata triyan pe atiyan de won. E mo o. Nesse to kan. Na questi è solo poco che guarda yebe. Koworia kana ke. Na konkete nyan be wewe. Na nyon sa o feble ane. E ya jo. Wale ya jo. Let's do what ya. Yes, we have to work on. Say your book on ya. Are you now? Say bobo that ya no anda we say you over. I want to you come on need the boy anweo. Anje. Yes, I'm going to buy them with mwege. Hey, imo. Oja. Ema gay, wono, wala yes me am yon and the boy. Oh, ow. Say, Bobo, that you are not with you. So, like it, I'm going to never boy. Netoni and Rayo. Hey, are you? Bobo, just say, oh, yeah, I'm a walking ever. Kaidaka, when it was to work, I go to let you know your way. I just know. This is what I say. Say bobo yeah. Ow. You like do I get more by? Why name on tele ye by botamu kanywada. Say bobo. Planning kwapa. Bini gesia. Baka on lage. Debu esibo. Debu esibi. De tonya si do yo ke no kwanya. Dem se bo po se dresi yo. Mango. Bali bobo de kia no anda we se di boba. Awide. Saibo. Igba tu ablaja bla edu eso sei. Aje kwena le ya gba tu ana agronyo si yi oke. Wejo, ibo. Saibo boba. Inje ide ke po panglo bu ejo bi panglo. Oni kriyan nya gbo like e gba de de no a. Jozo wa se. When you're not really stand, claim the soule. Say, Bobo, that you are not with the evil Bible. I'm done it. Where are you? So walk away. And no gospel, gay bear gospel. South Africa, your fault, your way. Thank you for your work, and my one. I'm the Pope and Yaguba. Don't finish it, I say, oh, Clavodio. Say, back in where we are coming. Say Bobo that you are not we say you over. Aba people swelu ni nde swelu. Kwa muzo duma get dota siko bala. Kabo jo ase. People swelu muzo luke. Say ya re ase o pa ye no. Ken one day ye. Your family your say mo le ya now. Ariwo ase o pa ye. Amo amora dao. Saibo de kia no anda we say you. I wish a rulo dio manye. So pe no we. Saibo, 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 that young man that we take you today. Mop man down le Mary, read on your man, that's a roof. When you know.
Good evening, folks. Sam Sinto, LIBERIA Public Radio again this evening. I'm not going to be here that long. Safety. Take care of your car, and your car will take care of you. I'm a little bit frustrated here. After I spent all that time trying to put my stuff together, for some reason I got knocked out again, and so I have to redo it all over. But that means if you're persistent, if you're committed to things, these are some of the things that happen, and you don't get frustrated. Well, I have a lot of things that like on out to take care of, one or two things, but because I'm committed to this thing, even if I have issues on coming on air, I call Alfonso, even with all the problem Alfonso is having right now. I call him, he helped me out, or I call Nathaniel. Alfonso is in Providence, Rhode Island. Nathaniel is in Philadelphia, Samson to Sacramento. So you see all the connection. But I thought I'd throw it out there anyway. Thank you very much for being with us this evening. We appreciate it. We will do our best again tonight on the board. Like I said, take care of your car, and your car will take care of. But before I leave, let me just add one more thing, a very safety thing that I tell, very important. Don't drink and drive. It's Friday afternoon. Just like you're getting ready to want to go out to have fun, the police are out there also ready for you. So in case you get drunk driving, they will pull you over, and your life going to be miserable for a while. Something that you just want to have fun. So why don't you go ahead, if you want to drink, go get some beer, come in front of in fact, you can watch LIBERIA Public Radio on TV. Just click us, go to your internet service and tell LIBERIAPubliCradio.com, and we'll come on. And you'll hear me talking, and you're going to be debating with me. Of course, you're drunk then, but that's in your house. Who cares? Just don't put your hand on nobody. The kids, the wife, no. That's another thing. So if you're somebody who, when you get drunk, you tend not to be a little bit subdued, instead you're very active and you're moving around, then you don't even need to be in that kind of drinking business. Anyway, what do you do? What do you need it for? Samson, to my opinion, it doesn't count. So follow me. Follow me. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Like I said, I'm going to spend about 15-20 minutes on the board here this evening. Now, I'm not going to be here that long. First thing first. Quite recently, they for some reason will hang up on Dr. Weir and Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. I thought I got knocked out again. My goodness, this is just not going right tonight for me at all. My son is not here, so I will be going from time to time to do the mom, after I finished paying the man for him to do the work. The mom said no, he's not working again. So I said, okay, y'all want my money back? The mom said, and the boys, he said, take us to court. The mom said, well, if I take them to court, how am I gonna eat? Who's gonna do my laundry and things like that if I take them to court? So I'm not taking nobody to court. I'll work myself. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Folks, this is what I'm just all fun. But anyway, this is stuff that I'm talking about. Okay, Dr. Weir, I'm not too sure what is happening with us Liberian. The people hang up on this Dr. Weir and pastor business. So Dr. Weir pastoring to people, what difference does it make? Why aren't we happy about that? I really don't understand that particular type of opposition and what have you. Okay, so I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not gonna touch it. As usual, I will be showing you I'll be showing you, and I'm trying to put some stuff up here anyway. I'll be showing you role tonight again, the situation that is happening in, um, folks, Samson to Labrampa Radio. Anyway, so tonight I'm going to be going on board. We have some serious business going on in Liberia, and I want to point that out. I'm not going to be here that long tonight. Please just bear with me. Um, so once again, we're going to. Okay. I just want to fix something, one or two things. So just bear with me. Bear with me. Samson Toe. What can I say? Okay. Forget it. I'm not gonna be here online anyway. So all right. But anyway, so those are the concepts. The two things that I wanted to talk about tonight before I go on the road here is this. We Liberian, we must be ready to make sure that whatever comes our way, we do it with respect and with the mindset of being united as a group. Okay? So there's a lot of stuff that is coming from Monreal right now. I'm not too sure what exactly these people are trying to get with this pasta business. It's really been like, I'm not too sure. But one other thing I have to say to the opposition, which I'm one of them, because my party is an opposition party, we're opposed to a lot of stuff. I am too. But one of the things I want to say to the opposition is that be careful. If you go to bed with fleas, you get up with fleas. If you stay in a mosquito net, you're going to be walking around with mosquito all over. Be careful. Be careful who you hang with. If you're a politician and the opposition, don't think say because the little children going around cussing here and there, so they're gonna be your friend. Because they were the same people that are cussing today. Tomorrow they will turn around on you. Says Samson told say. So if you're gonna be one of those that giving each other money here and there for them to be cussing here and there, watch yourself. Because the same thing you do to me today, somebody else will do it to you tomorrow. Simple as that. I just thought I'd throw that in there. Okay. So I'm gonna be going on a board here. Okay. But before I do that, I've read something here very just before I came on air. There's just some sort of a disturbances in my country. I think they said 2 dead. Folks, why do we have to go through this? What type of dispute that we can't have it be settled in a courthouse that we have to take a life? This is ridiculous. Okay. I'm jumping here and there now because I'm anxious to go on board here tonight. I'm also going to be talking about former President Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf just a little bit. I still say that she could have done a wonderful job to help us out, prepare us for whatever it is that we're getting ready to do or what we're doing now. But apparently, the preparation part was not there. So now, Dr. Weir and his people are going to have to pretty much start on your own, which is difficult to do sometimes. Okay? So those are the kinds of area that we need to seriously think about. All right. Okay. I got one or two more items, and I'm gonna be. Uh, I have a guy. Okay. President Collins, welcome. Grand Judah Dictionary, welcome. President Prince Double, welcome as well. I got a lot of people and these are all big shots. The guy that I call Grand Judah Dictionary. I'm sorry, folks. This wasn't part of my conversation tonight, but I just want to point out this guy when he stands among people to open his mouth. You think say Oxford Dictionary just open up. Very intelligent. Have the English language at his tip of his finger, and I love him for that. So welcome, Grand Union Dictionary. We appreciate you. Okay. No, folks, I'm gonna be going to boy, like I already told you, I'm gonna be going to boy. And what I'm going to be talking about tonight, before I do that, as usual, let me play Dr. Weir video just so that we'll all know exactly what we're doing. Let me play Dr. Weir video so you will know what is happening. Okay. This video, the reason why I continue to play this video, I want you to understand the background when Dr. Weir say, I want roles. Because first of all, I also believe in that. But in order for you to have role, you must do a good job. And I'll address that later on. Let's listen to Dr. Weir.
Let's make sure you do that same thing for you can hold. What kind of junior not there before? No, I beg you.
Okay, I'm going to be playing another video. The reason, like I said, my reason of continuing to playing this video is the fact that I want people to understand that during the election, Dr. Weir focused on roles and wanted to see, so he walked all over the country. Now he's president. He's less focused on the role. However, I will continue to say from my own perspective that I truly believe that the roles that are being constructed in Monrovia are not being done properly. My belief, okay, based on my own engineering judgment. Let's put it that way. And you can't debate me on that. You can, but you are not winning. Okay, so I will play you another video. This one is about progress in Ghana. Lack of progress in Liberia, my opinion. Okay, let's play this. Let's play this. Folks, Sam Sinto, LIBERIA Public Radio. I thought that I do this so that people will see Accra, Ghana. Very interesting. Very interesting. Accra, Ghana. Let's watch.
Afrikiko Junction, Accra. Tema Motorway. Apollo in the Western region. The police is watching you. Over 1,000 of these cameras have been installed at strategic locations across the country. These cameras have made police surveillance more effective and giving a boost to fighting crime. Playbacks have also been very useful. In this particular case, investigation into a road accident.
Good morning, police emergency. How may I assist you?
These cameras are operated from emergency command centers in Accra, Kumasi, and Tamale that are now receiving a record number of calls.
When the call comes in, the system automatically generates a case form.
The case form is meant to solicit the essential information required from the caller. If it is a motor accident, are there any persons injured? If it is a robbery, are the robbers armed? And so on. All calls can be traced to where they are made. In case a call drops, the operator can call back. Once a call is processed, the information is sent to the dispatch section for patrol teams in the field. One challenge are prank calls that divert attention from real emergencies.
Prank calls must stop. In a genuine emergency, you may not be able to access our emergency command center.
Locating crime scenes promptly is another. Many houses and dwellings in Ghana are located on unnamed streets. This is being addressed by the new GPS address system, which is an integral part of the new emergency response system.
This command center is a milestone along the way of the transformational agenda that the Ghana Police Service has launched. The Ghana Police Service, as I speak to you, is about total number strength of 33,000. For the population of Ghana, the minimum strength should have been 56,000. At 33,000, the police to civilian ratio is 1:848, which is far lower than the UN minimum of 1:500. Therefore, the result to the digital intervention is meant to ameliorate or to mitigate the defect or deficiency or the deficit, which stands at 23,000 police personnel. This intervention, which is going to make it easier for the police to monitor crime and make it easier for people in need to get in touch, therefore making it more efficient for them to check crime, it's a welcome intervention.
Afrikiko Junction.
That's Ghana, folks. That's not United States. That's Ghana. The progress is moving forward while we there fighting about Dr. We are preaching and what have you. People are leaving us behind. Where is your jealous spirit? Where is the jealous spirit that God gave you that will cause you to do things for yourself? You want to worry about Dr. We are preaching? Where is people talking about the separation of church and state? Yeah, fine. But when Tobo was doing it back in the 70s, what was anybody saying something? Was there any comment made? Tobo used to preach almost every Sunday evening. So with Dr. We are preaching, what difference does it make? Are you saying because he's preaching, therefore he's not carrying on the function as a president? Show me. I don't want to waste time with that. Samson told LIBERIA Public. Now let me move on. I'm just showing you this. Let me show you another video. Another interesting video. This one is from Dr. Weah himself when he went out the other day to do a dedication process, dedicating the role in Dole community. I have an issue with this video that I'm going to be showing, and I'll explain it after the video. Let's listen as Dr. Weah tried to advise his people in the language that they will understand. Let's listen in.
I just want you to make sure that you take care of this road and you keep it clean. Yesterday, I was here. Yesterday, I drove here. I saw most of you people, nobody knew I was in the car. The place was closed and they want to break it, so I passed around. But what I saw yesterday, it should not be happening here. You see, when someone says development, that means you are developing, you change from having developed to develop. So what happened yesterday, the garages, car parking, and no access to road here, you need to encourage your people to not park cars in the middle of the road. I was there yesterday, I watched the game that was playing yesterday. I was here. If you noted, there was one Lexus, one black car was on the road yesterday. I was in that car. So you see, are using bike to survive. I beg you, what I noted yesterday, you should not be doing it. Because we'll ask the police, the safety people to make sure that they summon you. What I saw yesterday, motor workers from all over the place, they cannot be in line if they are a survivor. If the world gave you what you want in life, make sure you do it well. Yesterday, I had to stop a motorbike right there. They have 4 kids for 1-year-old babies. And the guy in the middle, I had to stop the bike and put a children down my head. You see, so sometimes I say to my head, not that I help us, to move. Not to stop what you're doing. Yesterday, I was not happy yesterday when I came to the community road. Because they park all the keke on the road, people doing garages, and what is wrong. We did not build a road for garage. We build a road so the children are going to go to school, so your car can go freely. So, if we come back here, the police will be there, anyone. Because of development of brainwash prosperity. Anybody park here, the police will charge you with pay. So you know that we just follow the road. So I'm happy today.
That's Dr. Weir asking his people to please take care of the role, the Edo community role. I have a big issue with that. I don't have an issue of him trying to advise his people, but the process, I have serious problem with the process once again. As an organization, and specifically a government, Dr. Weir have chosen certain people to carry out certain function within the government of the Republic of Liberia. And one of those functions is this. In any kinds of government or entity or whatever it is, you must have a community gathering, somebody who is responsible to community liaison, let's put it that way. Somebody who's going to be between the government and a particular community. So, for example, public work was responsible to do something like that. Transportation, Minister of Transportation, why were they not able to have series of conversation with the community? The reason why I'm saying they didn't, because if they did, Dr. Weir will not come back to warn people. He will not sneak the day before to go out there to see what the people are doing. Because he will have had a conversation with his community leaders. And the community will be able to understand the importance of keeping the road clean. But the fact that when he decided he wanted to give them a road, nobody explained to them the process of the road construction. You don't have to open your book to them, show them all the money you're going to make. No. But you make them to understand that the money that is being spent on that road, some of that money comes from Nuclear Town. Some of that money comes from Crowd Town. Some of that money comes from West Point. Because people there own property, they pay taxes. I'm not too sure about that, but they do. They're supposed to. So it's not Dr. Weir's own money that he spent in the community. You have to make the people to be responsible of something you're giving them as a government. Now, if you're going to have a conversation with the people, even before Dr. Weir went over there to announce, the front man should have gone to the community, said the president is thinking about giving you guys roles, but here are the criteria, and because of these criteria that is set by the president, he felt within himself your community fit within that criteria. And what are the criteria? I don't know. They can come up with it. But by giving them information like that, putting them in certain category, which then qualify them to get the role, you have already made them to be part of the process. Because you're telling them, based on the criteria that the president set, you're qualified for this, for that, for this. However, the responsibilities that come with the qualification are these, and you list them. And in one of those responsibilities, my opinion will be the responsibility to take care of the road. So you don't put garage and things like that on the road. You don't have keke parking all over. If the community feel that this is their property, if the community feel that all of them, they have a stake in this road, they will take care of it. But if they feel that government thing, so they're grateful. The fact that they have road, they're very grateful. There's no question asked. But the gratefulness from them does not transition into responsibility to make sure that the road is maintained a certain level. They don't have money to maintain it now. I'm not talking about maintenance in terms of road maintenance, but to make sure that something to don't get out in the morning and go wash it baby outside in the street. I don't take my wash after I finish washing my clothes, I pour water all in the street. Those kinds of stuff. The communities themselves can police themselves. They don't need national police to do those things, but they must be part of the process from the beginning, so they can take ownership of the role. Because once the community as a group take ownership of the role, they feel this role is part of them, they will do good by it because they know the role is serving them for their collective interest. Not individual interest, collective interest is being served by this role. But it must be explained to them. Not by President Dr. We are coming out there and telling them that the last. So what are you going to do if the people say don't do it? You'll close the road down. So you start putting people in jail. How many people you going to put in jail? The whole community? Because if the community don't feel this is for them, and they are part of the process, they won't care for it. Think about it. In your own life. In your own life, what do you care if something that is now part of you? Yeah, you care because the society says you must, but you're not going to bend backward to be that caring person for that particular process. And this is what I frown on those who has been selected by Dr. Weir to lead these kinds of processes. You can't do it by yourself. And you cannot count on the police to enforce these kinds of rules. These are rules that should be left with the community to enforce. Because if you don't and depend on the police, you're asking for corrupt behavior to be shown all over. Because if somebody park your car over there, police go ahead, get in $2, $3, the person will fine. You're not going to report it $2, $3. Those are the things that you do in not just the community, that help a nation get out of these kinds of foolishness that is happening all over. But we don't do those things. They're building some more roads still being built. And you go into each of the community where the road is being constructed. They're happy to have the road. They're praising Dr. Weir. But you ask them, go a little bit deeper. So what is the purpose of this road? What make your community qualified to get this road? They don't know. They have no clue. How much this road gonna cost? They have no clue. So if they don't know how much the road gonna cost and what the money is coming from, what make you think they're gonna care much? But if you tell them, even though the money is not coming out of your pocket, but because of your qualification, the money is coming from this area, that area, this area, and this is the amount of money that's going to be spent. Give them an estimate. That's the first thing we do around here. When we go to the community meeting for new project, you do the cat, dog, and pony show. At the end, you give them the estimate. They know the money not coming from that friend. Money coming from that community, but bulk of it is coming from the state. And they understand that. But the fact that they are involved from the initial stage, that project, that facility becomes part of them, and they will take good care of it. Here in the United States, the highway you're driving from one state to another, you know how they do it? Yeah, it's a federal highway. Say, let's just take Highway 80. Start from Oakland area and it ends in Nevada, almost in Reno. Then when they get to that state line, the state of Nevada take it from there and pass it on to, I believe it's Utah, whatever the next state that comes to in line. Salt Lake City. Okay, no, Utah actually. Okay, so that state also do the whole thing that runs the whole Highway 80 that runs through their state. They're responsible to maintain it. The federal government gave them some money, but not all. They have what they call maybe matching fund, but you're responsible to identify the defect of the road. You're responsible to identify all of the defects on the bridges, and you report those, and then they become record. So the federal government say, okay, we're going to do from this mile to this mile in this state. They know why, because they already have all the information. Why is that? The state have a vital interest in it, because that road is being utilized by the state to transport goods and services across state line. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter what a small village, big state like California, it doesn't matter. The process remains the same. Why aren't we applying these things? And most of the people that run these government agencies, they're educated. They're not people that you're coming from Total. They're not people like Samson told them who don't know nothing. These people are highly educated. And one of the things you learn very early on in your educational process is the process itself, how things are connected from one point to another. Okay? So, once again, I truly believe that as long as people feel, disconnected to a project, you're not going to be able to be successful. You will not be successful in even trying to maintain that area. I'll give you an example. I was in Liberia last year, very, 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 from the beginning of the year. I was in Liberia. So I think it's AB Taba Boulevard. Okay, they were putting at that time. They were trying to put this. They have a crosswalk that go from one building to another on AB Taba Boulevard over there, right before you get to Tottenham Boulevard, at the junction of EW and Tottenham Boulevard. So when they were lifting the crane was lifting the bridge to put it up there for people to walk across. So they had to close the road. But it was going to take them about a week. So there's a little road, side street added. They decide that's what people coming from AB Tower Road that want to go on Tottenham Boulevard instead of using the EW junction should go around. And people coming the other way, the same thing. You go around and come back on. So that little segment of the community, they decided that a taxi driver and other people were speeding and the dust was bothering them. So what did they do? I counted the dot. About 7 or 8 of them reverse speed bump. The public works ministry, before they opened the road, they went and put some nice road on there, compacted the road nicely, graded well. But guess what? The next day when I come in the morning, it's a big. The hole is about. I got up and I measured 1 foot. What is it? 2 foot wide, a foot deep, straight across the road. They said they want to slow the taxi driver down or slow people down. So they have it in I think about 30 or 40-foot interval all across the road. They dug a hole straight across the road. Okay, 2 feet wide, a foot deep. And I look at them. I look at this thing. I say, and when I drive through, I have to take down. Of course, it slow people down. But why would you even do that? After when they open the real road, the AB double road, that nice road would have been there to serve you. But now you've damaged it. So when public work did, nobody was complaining. Everybody drove through, slowed down. After the work was done, they opened the road. People start using it. Now the community, those who dug the road, now they want motorbike and other people. So the motorbike, one of the things I noticed was that the motorbike and the keke or whatever they call them, they refused to take that road. So they used to drop them off the main road and they walk to the community. So one time I was driving, going to work early in the morning, and I stopped. One of the lady came from that same house that I saw, came up, and I stopped. I said, "Where you going, man?" She said, "Oh, I'm going over there. I'm going to go wait for taxi. You should have taxi coming, but nobody wanted." So I said, "But look at the whole you got." Say, "Yeah, we're telling the children that they were not listening to us." You see, somebody decided to do something that is not right. If public work have gone to the community once again and explained to them from the beginning, we're going to close this main road and we're going to open this up. This is the time that people are going to be utilizing it. It's going to be heavy traffic for about a week. After that, we're going to open the main road. Have that conversation with the community. But because they saw that the roads now, people are using it, some of them believe it was going to be for a long time. Because I'm sure if you were to tell them that you're giving a nice road and it's only going to be utilized heavy traffic for about a week, they will be happy. They say, "That's all I had." After the week, the people are going to be gone, and we can utilize it without even asking public work to fix it. But guess what? After putting the holes in there, they decided they asked public work to, and I follow it up. I have friends over there in public work, so I call. I say, "Oh, they call up, but we're not going by there. We give them road, they can't tear it apart. We're not going there." And I felt within myself. I told my friend, I said, "You guys did not do a good job. You give them road, but you did not explain to them why." He said, they know. I mean, we're closing the road. The people know we're closing the road. I said, "Yeah, you assume that they know." And this is the same guy that used to be right here in Sacramento. He used to be involved. But they don't do that. So the community decided to take law into their own hand, damage the road. The public work refused to go back and fix it. So now the people are driving with a reverse speed bump. The taxi driver, because they will ruin your shark. The taxi driver, the pom-pom boy, then refused to use that. So before I left, I drove on that again. Guess what they did? They decided to put rocks and fill the hole. But it doesn't, when you go through it, you still feel it. It's not smooth like it was supposed to be. These are things that people can avoid very easily if you just have a set of communication. If you communicate with people effectively, you don't face these kinds of stuff. Okay. So I just thought I'd throw it there this afternoon, folks. These are things that are happening in Monrovia. There's no question asked. These things happen in Monrovia. Okay. If you talk to the people, explain to them, they will understand. I'll give you an example. Another example. This one is about myself. Back in 19 we, I was coming from Town, that is, coming to Monrovia. I had my son with me. He was, how old was Blair at that time? He was about maybe a year and a half or a little bit less. So we're coming to Monrovia. I told my mom and dad, "I'm going to Monrovia. I'm taking my son." So okay. So we left. When we got between Groy and Second Pier, something like that, boom, at a flat on the highway. The bus, they have no jack. They have spare tire, they have no jack. So we have a choice. It was getting to be in the evening time. We can wait until a car comes from Secretary, take them back to Grey or Tapeton, and they come back with the jack. Or a car come from Tapeton or Grey area, take them to Secretary, get a jack, and come back later. And if you live in the countryside like I did, you will know the car don't run 30. Sometimes you're not even find another car running until about an hour and a half. So we're sitting down, and then I talked to myself, we got to get out of here. So I told the guys, men, I said, let's lift the car, and these people will put a tire on there, and then we can get out of here. And everybody that as soon as I spoke that, as soon as I stated that, every one of us that was on that route, on that bus, instantly recognized we have to move. If not, we're not going to get out of here. Because why? It is a shared interest. So all the men put together, we lifted the car. All the guys there took the jack, take the knob wrench, take all the bolts out, lifted the car, took the flat tire, put the other one, tightened it, and we're out of there. Nobody said, no, you're not paying me. Or why? Because it was a shared interest that every one of us we wanted out of there. It's the same thing. We're all in this boat together. If Liberia and those who are leading it, if they are not successful, we all fail. There's no question asked. You can blame who the former leader is. Just look at it now. Look at it. Madam Salif, she's no longer a leader. After $25 billion that went through their hand, nothing to count for as far as I'm concerned. She's no longer a leader. So we have a failed situation. Do you say you must fix it, come back and fix it? No. You're not going to do that. And that's why some of us will continue to preach that we must work together. We have to criticize when the criticism is supposed to be stated. You say so. But you must criticize with responsibility. You don't criticize because you think it's not in your favor. Hello? You're not the only Liberian. We have 4 point something. Every one of us has interest. So because your interest is not being served as a particular time, therefore you must criticize. No. No. My opinion. If something is happening that perhaps you're not satisfied with the government, you must approach the government because it's your right as a citizen to express yourself. And if the government don't have no means for you to express yourself, you take to the social media. You can do that, but you must be responsible. Don't assume. I saw a video somewhere the other day where somebody was showing a house and allegedly the house belonged to the president's son. I saw the video. I said, now, so even if that house belonged to the president's son, do you know the young man's playing football? You think they pay him $5 a month? How much you think it costs to build a building in Liberia, a decent building in Liberia? 150,000. You will have a decent building in Liberia. 200,000. You will have and these young people that are playing football in Europe, they make more than that a year. So what if he decided he wanted to invest in building a house? Now you're going to come out and make people to believe that people are using your money. These are the kinds of things we do and waste our own time on these things because they're not serving us. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some of the things people do that I don't agree with either. But this is what I say. We have a judicial system. If we don't believe in it, then what's the point of having it? We have law, we have justice department. If we don't believe in it, what's the point of having it? Then you say, Mr. Tour, those that are running all of these departments, they're all in the same clique. How sure are you? Give somebody the opportunity to fail. Let the person explain, let the person show themselves to you that they're not worthy of your trust. And then you can pull the truck out of there. But you have not given anybody any opportunity to prove to you that they do not worth your trust. But because you don't agree with certain things they're saying or stand for, therefore, everything else that follow is not something that you will support. Liberia fail, we all fail. Think about it. Think about it. Those of us that are in the diaspora, from January 2018 to January 2019, each and every one of us, unless you're below age 18 and not working, and unless you were born here, unless you came here at age 5 and 6, but if you got here by age 10, in 1 year time, you have struggled to send money home to your brothers and sisters, because that's who we are. And you know why we continue to send money home? Because those who are supposed to be responsible to make sure the lives of our brothers and sisters are taken care of, they're not doing a good job either. We know that. But what is the right way to approach those brothers and sisters that are there to lead? And perhaps they're doing things that perhaps you and I won't do. Is that the right way to lead by insulting? Is that the right way to engage somebody by insulting? Then you're not serious about the conversation. So if you're not going to approach these people with respect, if you're not going to approach them with somehow some proof of evidence or what have you, but instead you're going to be insulting them, then they tell you, say, wait till 6 years. After 6 years, you come, we talk. You know what they say that for? Because they want you to come to the ballot box. Because they don't, not like you're not some sort of an auditing agency. So what do you want them to come and open their book to you? First of all, you have insulted them. Second, you don't have no respect for them. Third, you don't even believe that they're capable of doing the work. Therefore, everything else that follow you're not going to be happy. They're human beings just like you. You go ahead and think, say you're degrading them. They tell you, say, okay, I'm not talking to you. I was elected. What part of it you don't understand? You can't force them out of there. You've just been complaining for years, 6 years. So once again, I strongly believe that we must find avenue where we will be able to dialogue with each other, the opposition and the leading government officials, those who are leading us now. First thing, the opposition must recognize that the government is a legitimate government, and they must be approached as such. As such, you can't approach these people as though they came overnight. They stole the position. If you come from that perspective, then they have no reason to talk to you either. Samson told say, compromise. Compromise must be both way. Respect must be both way. We're talking about doctor. We are preaching. What? First thing is that your business. I just thought I'd throw that. But no, seriously. If the man say he wants to preach, you only complain if the preaching, his preaching, if it's affecting his ability to lead, then you can't complain. But other than that, why are we fighting about that? Let him preach. Money, Dr. We want you in the office to do our work. That's all we care for. But if we don't do that, if we don't show that our brothers and sisters are capable of leading us, we're not going to get anywhere. And even if Dr. Weah leaves after 6 years, the next person going to come, the same thing all over. This is not going to stop until we recognize that we are in the boat together, and we better work together. It doesn't matter what party you come from. We better work together. If we don't work together, we're not going to achieve anything. And the sad thing is this: Liberia is at the bottom. Liberia is at the bottom. So you're fighting for this little Mickey, whatever it is. Majority of people are suffering. Then the diaspora going to take up the matter of trying to support family member back home. And now this I say to the government on this point. The government must be grateful to the Liberian diaspora. The government, in fact, I will push this to say that the government of the Republic of Liberia should go find a hill in Monrovia with a bullhorn every afternoon, sing the praises to the Liberian diaspora. Because can you imagine if the Liberian diaspora were not supporting brothers and sisters back home? You think the government going to be up to this time? You can get no serious issue. I'm not talking about war. Far from it. But you will have people complaining because they will be hungry. Can you feed all that people? We can't even feed ourselves. All comes back to the circle of communication. Liberians are very experienced. Liberians are strong people. Think about it. Those of you that are in the diaspora, seriously, think about it. Think about your strength. When you came, I would say this country, forget about Europe because I don't know much about Europe, but in this country, when you came in this country, some of you, $5, you never have. $5 was not even in your pocket. You got here, you were sleeping in people's basement. You decided it doesn't matter where I stay, but I have a goal and I must achieve it. You didn't go selling drugs in the street just so that you would survive. You were sleeping in a basement, doing something on the side, some kind of job illegally because you didn't have no paper, fighting to get your paper at the same time. And yes, another interesting thing you were doing. While you were doing this illegal thing, I'm not talking about drugs and things, about working on a table. Let's put it that way. Okay? Sleeping in people's basement, sleeping with friends. You were taking classes, educating yourself. Look at that kind of strength. Think about it. What make you think that you're the only Liberian that have that kind of ability? No, it is our culture. And you're not the only person that have that culture in you. So what's about the brothers and sisters back home that also have that? Don't you think they have the ability to survive? That's who we are. When the opportunity is given, we work hard. Now the disconnect comes about, my opinion. The disconnect comes about those that are able to go overseas, educate themselves. For some reason, when they leave from here and go back, then they have the disconnect of the moral fortitude to be able to lead. Why? I don't know. I don't know that. I can't help you with that. Folks, it's a Samson tour. Welcome. Welcome. This person gonna be gone. Let's block that person. You don't have anything good to say. You can't come out here and make a foolish statement like that. You have no clue. Okay. But before I let you go, my brother, look, I make close to $9,000 a month. Okay. If you want me to show you my pay stuff, I can show you that another time. I don't need job. How much you think they will pay me in Liberia to look for a job in Liberia? I'm an engineer. civil engineer working for the state of California, go to the state of California and type in how do you call it, some kind of pay information, and put my name there, SAMSONTOE, and you see how much I make a month. It's not secret. I think I'm gonna look for a job over there for what, $2,000-$3,000. Yeah, looking for a job. You must be. I'm gonna even leave you on. I'm not even gonna take you off. Okay, but I'll continue with my statement, folks. On a serious note, on a very serious note, okay, these are kinds of things we need to know. If you can't respect somebody that I never ask you for a dime to run this show, just so that you can come here and listen, then you're going to come and insult, and you expect me to have a conversation with you. This is exactly what I was talking about. You see, you have some of those people that continue to mess this whole thing up. Now, with that kinds of behavior, you insulting me. I'm who trying to say something, even if you don't agree with me, but you insulting me. How much more about Samson though? I love it when I have that kind of thing. Oh my goodness, this is funny. By the way, on a very serious note, respect comes both ways. I'm just giving it to you. You might not like it, but that's the truth. You insulting people and you expect people to listen to you? These people were elected, duly elected. It's going to take you 6 years to dislodge them if you ever. And if you're not careful, you will remain insulting Samson for another 6 more years. After this, 12 years. You're going to be cussing. You got a lot of cussing to do. You got a lot of cussing to do, my brother. I'm trying to tell you something. You look how much anger that is in you, because I'm talking about Liberia. Look how much anger that is in you, because there are certain things that are happening in that country that you don't like. How are you going to approach that, my brother? By insult? Think about it. Think about it. At first, when I saw your stuff, I was angry, but I'm not. I'm glad you're doing this. Look how much anger for you to come and expose yourself in public, because people are reading your comment. For you to come out and expose yourself. You know what kinds of thing it takes for you to get to that position, to utter of insulting word in public? You can't tell me you were sleeping and you got her and then just no. The rage, it ain't just stuff, but it started coming from some time. There are certain things that are happening in Liberia that you don't like. And the fact that I'm bringing this thing up, it just boil your blood and make you to be somebody who I think you're not. I believe most likely you are a decent person. But these are some of the stuff that I'm talking about. Why will you allow this type of stuff to put you in a position where you will come and degrade yourself like this? And you're not the only person. You're not the only person. But the thing that I keep saying to you, okay, you're insulting me right now. Now, if this was some sort of a forum where we have to have a discussion, and you come and insult me, you think I want to talk to you after that? The conversation is over. And these are things that I'm trying to help you to understand, my brother. I'm not saying you don't have the right to be angry, but you must find other avenue to express your anger. You must find other means to engage the brothers and sisters. The people that are leading Liberia, they are Liberian just like you. So you can't first thing is that you can't force them out of Liberia. They're in leadership. You go to Liberia right now and say, okay, y'all give me the job. So when anybody says something, the first thing you say, the person wants a job. No, I'm just telling you. Okay? I'm just telling you, my brother. But you have the right to be angry. You have the right to express yourself. You have the right to say whatever you want to say. It's up to you. It's up to you. Okay? But the only advice that I have for you, and this person is Roger. Roger's the only advice Yeah, that's fine. Even if it's 20 people, I don't care. I say it anyway. If one person, because if I were to come here and start cussing, if I were to come here and start making accusation that I have no proof of, I will get over 400 people, and that's not what I want. So 26 people watching me, that's okay. I don't care. I will still express myself. Even if one person is watching me, I will express. Even if nobody is watching me, I can tell my kids in the house right now to turn the TV on, and they will be watching me. I don't care. You know how long I've been doing this thing? It's not the numbers. Quality, my brother. It's not quantity. My brother, you're killing me. By the way, let's move on. Let's move on. Folks, Samson to LIBERIA Radio. You 26 people that are watching, we say thank you very much. We appreciate it. Those of you that are coming here too to say whatever you want to say, we appreciate it. We appreciate it. Okay, folks. On a very serious note, I keep telling you guys. First thing, I'm not a seditious. I'm a Liberty Party register. I've not been kicked out of the Liberty Party yet. But on a very serious note, if I'm saying something that perhaps you don't agree with me, my brother, let me just give you an advice, because by you doing here right now, it doesn't bode well for your spirit. Forget about people. Maybe people don't even know who you are, but your spirit is trouble. Your spirit is trouble for you to come in public and use words like that. Your spirit is trouble. You need prayer. And so we will ask God to guide you. Anyway, folks, I'm gonna be going on a bowl. And if you like, once again, it's Friday afternoon. If you or Friday evening, whatever you have to do, that's okay. But what I'm gonna be showing you here on the board today, okay? The reason why I decided to go on this thing here, because first thing, in order for us to understand each other, we must set a guideline. And one of the cardinal guidelines for dealing with anybody is respect. Respect. Most of the confusion we have in our Liberian community all boils down to disrespect. Because if you disrespect any person, that person also have no reason to be respectful to you. Okay? If you just go around cussing people, they have no reason to want to talk to you. In fact, you're being blinded. That person is too rude in the community. What goose is it? So one of the main things is respect. And the second thing is, you have the right to accuse, but you must be responsible. Now, you're not forced to be responsible. But as somebody who wants to engage, you must have certain things you want to talk about that perhaps people will want to listen to you. Samson to LIBERIA. Thank you. Thank you. And if what I'm saying here, if it doesn't actually help you to understand, that's fine. That's fine. I'm saying it because this is who I am. So let's go. I'm going to be going on the board here. And you can stay with me. If you don't, that's fine. But before I go on the board, on a very serious note, before I go on the board, let me just show you something here quickly. Let me just show you something here quickly. And this that I'm about ready to show you, this is on Robertfield Highway. If you notice Robertfield Highway, there's no shoulder. If you know what shoulder is, that means, place you have a lane, which is the drivable lane. Then you have a shoulder. It's also drivable, but it's not a lane. It's where you park emergency. It's where you park for resting, whatever. That's why they call it shoulder. Okay? And the slope on that is 5%. They made it that so that you don't think it's something you can drive on easily. Because in order, when you're driving on shoulder, you find your car going like this. Okay? Because it's 5% slope. Okay, but they make it issue in case you have an emergency. In Monrovia on Robertfield Highway, they have no shoulder. And I will show you here on the board. Another thing they don't have, not only do they not have no shoulder, but they have no, I call it, some sort of a hinge point. Okay? In this country, even if you don't have shoulder, but you have a berm, even if it's a foot, you don't just come from the pavement and boom, drop down. And that's what they do in Monrovia. They hang the pavement up, and I will show you. They hang the pavement up, and from the pavement to the level ground, sometimes it's about a foot. So when the taxi driver comes, they want to pull you. The first thing they think is, if I get in that hole, I can't get out, because the taxi itself is very low. So a foot of that side of the taxi tires going to the flat ground, the taxi going to be stuck up. There's no way to come back up. So what do? They stop on the main road to put you down. Am I making it up? They stop on the main road to put you down. Okay? And most of the time when they put you down, you're on your own. And how many accidents that have happened with these kinds of things? And usually, what's about at night? Most of the places are not well lit. The light condition in the area bad. I was in Monrovia. I drove at night. Okay, you can't even see correctly. But what I'm going to be talking about is this. Let me show you. Okay, there's a point here. This is Monrovia Rawafield Highway going towards Rawafield. But if going towards Rawafield if you're facing your TV or facing your stuff, it goes from left to right. You're going to Rawafield. If you're going from right to left, you're going towards Tutman Boulevard. Okay. But where I have that drop off number one, see that little white block? They have that so that people or the taxi or the bus can stop there and put people down. And between the stops, it's more than a mile. The rest of it, nothing. Okay? So let me show you another one. Okay. I call this, let me zoom in on it. I call this drop off 1. Okay? Let's go to the other one. And you'll see. I call this other one drop off 2. You see how long it took that thing? It's more than a mile. Okay? There's a white spot there. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and zoom out. I'm sorry. Okay. Let me bring that stuff on so you can see the distance between drop off 1 and drop off 2. It's going to be small now, but you should be able to see my marking still. Okay. Okay. I don't think you'll be able to see my marking correctly. Okay. But I'm trying for you to... Okay. What I'm trying for you to see is the space in between. It's going to be too small for you to see, but I'll do my best. Okay. So you can see the space in between. Okay. You see the drop off 2 here and drop off 1 way back there. So the distance in between is about a mile. So if they drop you off in a nice place and your house is in the middle, you got to walk over half a mile. What if it's rainy? What do you do? And this is what I'm going to be talking about here this evening. I'm going to spend a little bit less than 10-15 minutes. But if you have to leave, please do so. That's fine with me. I really doesn't matter. In the meantime, while I'm setting up my thing, let me entertain you a little bit. This is Samson to Libra Popular. Cool, that's my name. Nothing move me. I love it when I do that. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Okay. Welcome, Robert and Zango. Ah, my brother. Okay. All right. Let me just entertain you with music here. While I'm waiting for I'm trying to go set my thing up here so that we can start the ball. If you have to go anywhere, that's fine with me. That's fine with me. But I'm gonna demonstrate that, and hopefully those of you that are gonna stay with me, I hope you will see what I'm talking about. I told you already. The roll, the dropping point on the roll is not there, and the taxi driver, most of them don't want to get off the roll because they're gonna get stuck, because they from the side, from the top of the pavement to the drop, of the gravel or whatever it is. Most of the time they're over a foot, and the bed of the taxi is so low that when you drop your tire in there, you can't get back out. Okay, so let me before Lord, let me do this. Listen to this music while I'm going to set my stuff up, and we'll be right back. Samson Talk. Okay, stay with me, folks. Okay, folks. Alright, well, like I said, if you can't stay, that's fine. I'll just do the best I can get this happening. So I just showed you already. Okay. I just show you. So this is what it has. Okay. This is what it has. Alright. This is what it has. You have this. Okay. They have this. Okay. One side of the row. Dividing line of the row. So they also have this. Now these things are not parallel. So they go like this. Okay. So you have car coming this way. You have car coming this way. You have another one. Another one. Okay. These people are going that way. They're also going here. They're going there. Going there. They're going that way. Alright? I hope you can see my stuff. Lights is killing me. Well, I don't know, because without the light, I'm not going to be able to see it either. But here's the point that I want to make. So, cars come out here, they get in here, and they pull you down. But yeah, your house is way out here. So you put you down here, now you're going to start walking. You're gonna walk all the way out here. Same situation on this side. Okay? Another car here. Put you down. You gotta walk all the way here. Your house is way out here. That's exactly the situation you have right now in Liberia. Here is the cross section of this particular spot, something like this. All right. Now, when they do this, for some reason I'm not quite sure why. Okay. So I hope by now you okay. With these two areas, they drop you off and you have to walk. All right. Now, why is it that these people decided they're going to build this? If you, and most of it, and I'll just show you a little bit here. The distance here usually is about 15 feet. Okay. I'm not too sure. Usually the distance here is about 15 feet. Those of you that drive on the highway, you will find out most of the area where the police park their car, you get something like this. If you drive on a highway and you see the maintenance car, they will come out and have this maintenance pulled out. Okay, so they do that. But in Liberia, the point that I want to make is this. Why don't you take this, if this is 50 feet, take it all the way. Take it all the way. All the way. All the way. So now you have, even if you don't make this a total shoulder, 50, because 15-foot shoulder, you can't have that. Go to 10, 8, 6, 4, and 2. Okay. So if you have this, you have a shoulder here. I can come out here and put my passenger down here. You see the point that I'm making? I put my passenger down here. So the passenger is not going to do whatever it is to get involved in the live traffic. Okay? Anywhere along this line, I can put a passenger down. Okay? But in Liberia, we don't have that. What do we have? We only have this kind of system. So if they put you down here, you got to walk. You got to walk almost a mile for the next one. So this is not helping us. This is not something that I would do. If you want to do these kinds of stuff, you put them in a series. But why even put them in series when you can provide a shoulder of shoulder? Now let me show you what a roll and a shoulder are going to look like. Okay? So you get this point. I'll show you the shoulder now and I'll be out of here. I said something earlier. I want to take that back. I don't make $9,000 a month. I make $500 a month. So nobody call me, no family member should call me and say, oh, the man made not. No, I made $9,000, $500 I made a month. Okay. So yes, what I just showed you. Okay, you have a situation like this, and I'm not going to show you where they have to pull out. But what's happening now in Liberia? You have a roll like this. Okay, this is the structure section of the roll. Okay, you have a car. Another car. Okay. The road, what it is now in Liberia, like this. So they have the dirt. The dirt goes like this. It goes like this. So with this dirt, okay, with this dirt from here to there is about 1.5 feet, 1.5 feet. From here to here is 1.5 feet. So if a taxi driver gets in here to get to this dirt, he's not going to be able to get back on the road. So where do they put you? Let's do it again. The taxi driver comes out. You got this row. Okay. If I'm making it up, that's fine. Challenge me. You got this. Excuse me. Okay. So because of the dirt over here, because of the dirt, the pavement is hanging up. The pavement is hanging up. So the taxi driver, the fact that he doesn't want to go out here, he goes and put you right here on the highway. Okay? The taxi driver put you right on the highway. He put you down here, right here on the highway. In the meantime, he's blocking this traffic that is going whatever direction he's going. He's not going to be able to just get out. Okay? So traffic conditions start developing. All right? Now, the way I would do something like this is just Liberia situation. This is what I would do. I have a row. I do this. Okay? And when you see these boxes, these are structure section, the makeup of the pavement. Okay? The makeup of the pavement. So instead of having something like this hanging up, I will come here and put a shoulder. Then after this 2-foot shoulder or whatever, or let's make it 4-foot shoulder, then I drop it down. I come out here, put another 4-foot shoulder, then I drop it down. Okay? Now, the shoulder thickness, anywhere you go, the shoulder thickness, the thickness of the pavement on the shoulder is not the same thickness of the highway, of the roadway. So maybe the government is saying, well, we don't want to put shoulder because we're afraid that it's going to be the same thickness. It doesn't have to be, because the shoulder is not taking the driving force of the road. The people that drive on the road, they're not going to be driving on the shoulder. Okay? So you have the shoulder thickness most likely going to be like this. Come out a little bit shorter. Okay? So you have shoulder now. Somebody told me the last time, center line, ETW, and then at your shoulder, Okay, so you have these from here to there is 12 foot, from here to there is also 12 foot. So like I said, this shoulder is 4 foot. This other shoulder is also 4 foot. Okay. So somebody told me the last time, said, Mr. Toe, it's okay to have something like that. However, if we have that, you might find these taxi drivers in Monrovia that will start using the shoulder as being part of the roadway and start driving. Once again, I tell you, if I'm going to have this, if I have something like this, I'm going to be giving it to the community. If I have something like this, I'm going to be the people who are going to be using the facility, they must be told what this facility is all about. What exactly am I trying to achieve? I should explain to them what I'm doing here. The taxi driver have a taxi driver union. The truck driver has a truck driver union. All of these people that are going to utilize this road, I will have a communication process with them, so they will understand why is it that you can't drive on the shoulder, because the shoulder is not as thick as the main line. You see? But I must convey to them the process. I must show them why is it you can't drive on it. I will show them this, because I will have a core. This is called core, by the way. Okay? Asphalt core. Okay, so I will have a core, and I will show them that on the shoulder you don't have this much. On the shoulder you have this much. So if you put weight on there, you're going to damage the shoulder, and they will understand that. Now, in doing so, I will also explain to them that if we don't obey this, we're going to have the police to enforce the rule. However, I can also be drastic. If the people are not obeying, I can be drastic. You know, when you start running, speeding, and the police chasing you, you heard what they call spike, right? They put spike down and they bust your tire. You can have a spike that will pop up based on the sensors that you put in. They have all of those things here. They put in sensors. If you start driving faster than what the weight can take, those spikes pop up. Bloop, you bust your tire. And if the government official thinks that because there's traffic here and therefore he wants to go on that, bloop, bust the tire. 2 or 3 times they will stop. Okay? But we don't even need to be that drastic. All it takes, and all that I'm arguing, is that communication to have these kinds of things. They're not difficult to do. They're not difficult to do. So right now, if a taxi come and put you out here, he's completely off the road. 4-foot shoulder, he's completely off the road. And even if you give him 2 foot, one leg's out here, one here, because the weight of the main line is 12 foot. So if I take 2 feet of that 12, I still got 10 foot left. Another car can go by without any problem. Okay? These are the kinds of stuff you're supposed to. On Ralphie Highway, you don't have this. You don't have that. You have the pavement hanging up. Because people are afraid that if they put these kinds of stuff, driver going to use the shoulder as being a drivable area that they will drive through. Then what is my job? If I'm responsible for this, and if I cannot communicate to the people that are going to use my facility, if I cannot communicate to them effectively, then why am I working? Then what am I doing? Because not only is my job to design, but I'm also there to communicate with people to let them know what are some of these things. And the best way to do it is you don't build this road overnight. I must have the union leadership of those who are going to be utilizing my facility. I must have their leadership to come to the construction site so they can see how these things are built. What are some of the things that goes into the construction? Some of these taxi drivers, you ask them how the road built, they don't know. So the fact that they don't know, they will do anything they can to make sure to get to anywhere they want to go. Once again, as a designer, it's my responsibility to make sure that I influence the driver behavior. This is Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. Folks, it's Friday evening. I think I got somewhere to go. So that's the stuff on this Ralphie Highway. Okay, let's put it on that again. Okay, Ralphie Highway. Okay. Ralphie Highway. Okay. So and I know most of you have seen these drop-off point. I know you've seen these things. They come in here, drop the person off. But why if the person live way out here? Okay? And you drop them, that means they got to walk all the way over there. This is just something that you don't do. Because that's not if you drop, why if rainy season you drop the person over here, if you expect the person to walk all the way? Why don't you have this kinds of system so you eliminate these type of things? Why do we have our brothers and sisters to suffer? For what reason? And the next thing I'm going to be doing next week is I'm going to take time. I know people are saying that I shouldn't be that much technical, and I'll try to stay away from the technical aspect of the roadway. But sometimes I need to show some technical issues so that you will understand how these things are done. For example, you have a road, okay? You have a road. That's this, okay? And usually you have saw cut on it if it's asphalt, okay? So here you have, if you have a saw cut, this is the road, people traveling this way, people traveling this way. So if you have a road here, you see this saw cut here, this pavement is tied in with heavy steel. They tie it in here. They put steel here, there. They put steel here, there. So these two pavement, these two concrete, they're tied together by the stick, and they call them transverse joint. And why they call it transverse joint, I wonder? Because if you come out here, your weight is on this. Okay, let me take this and draw it in I call it in this kinds of cross section so you can see why they call it transverse joints. Okay, let's take this. So this is a roadway. Okay, the steel here, because you're looking at it from this side, you can't see no steel. All you see is the cut, that little round section. You're looking inside. Let me do it. So you're looking this way. When you do that, you can see the long steel. You'll see the beginning of the steel. So that's how you do it. By the way, this steel here connect to the next section, so that the weight from here, if you're driving 18-wheeler, the weight from here, you have another one here. The weight, once they balance this steel would be flexible enough to take the weight from this side of the concrete roll to put it on the other side. That's why they call it transverse joint. It transfers the weight. And I'll tell you more. I'll show you some of the stuff, some of the steel they use. 2-inch, 12, 13 pounds, some of them. So it's a very interesting thing. By the way, folks, it's Friday afternoon, Friday afternoon here in Sacramento. Oh, no, Friday evening. I got to get out of here. So, by the way, it's been a wonderful evening. We say thank to all of you again. This is something we love to do it, and that's why we do it. So we say thank you very much. Let's do it again. Tomorrow, I'm not too sure what the station manager what the station manager LPR station manager has, but whatever it is, we'll do what we can to be ready. Sam Cinto, LIBERIA Pub Radio, I want to thank you very much for those of you that stay with us. It's been a wonderful evening. But before I leave, let me make this point clear. The intent, all of my statement here tonight, is not to degrade anybody. I just want us to work together. You can insult me. You can do anything you want to do. You don't frighten me. You don't scare me. Your insult don't even move me. Why? Number one, I'm from Town, Grand Julia County, that is. Okay? So no insult can move me. Number one. Second, at this stage, at this age, I know who I am. I know what I can I know my capabilities, and I also know my limit. So you can say whatever you want to say. I know who I am. You're not going to change nothing. I leave from here now. I'm going to play with my kids, and we're going to do some more stuff. We'll go out and do whatever it is. Nothing you will say or do that will change me. You're not God. God has control over me. And I want to thank God for that. Here we are. Do you even know that you're going to come here in 2019? No. But God knew. So God make it possible. So we all have to get along. And then again, on a very serious note, the brothers and sisters that are back home running this organization or running the government Republic of Liberia, first thing is this. It's easy to be outside the little Liberia organization here in the United States. You go have conversation with some of these leadership. They will tell you how difficult it is to just to run the little organization. How much more about Liberia? So the point that I'm making, and I'll continue to make this, first of all, we must appreciate some of these people. Whether they're stealing or not, that's not the point, because I have no proof. And I'm not going to sit here and say the person is stealing when I have no proof. I know very well, according to books and things that I've been reading, that since 2005, I believe, up to 2011 or 2012 or whatever it was, okay, there was $25 billion that went through the government of Republic of Liberia. That I can say. But beyond that, I can't tell you what they did with it. I can't sit there and say, oh, the people stole the money. I have no proof. And even if that one person watching me, I will be happy and thank God for it. Because guess what? All of you have things to do. But yet still you tune into LPR to listen to Samson to make a fool out of himself. So why can't I appreciate that? Those are the kind of things that I want us to understand. The government of the Republic of Liberia, those are, for me, they were elected. They are my leaders now. I'm not going to degrade them. I'm not going to sit here and bad-mouth people. So because I'm not cussing people, nobody want to watch me, don't watch me. I don't cuss people. I respect people because I want people to respect me as well. But that doesn't mean you have to respect me. Even if I respect you, it doesn't mean you have to respect me. But guess what? Your conscience going to tell you that you're doing something wrong. Because I don't cuss you and you're cussing me. Then who are you? What exactly make you to get to that position? It's going to bother you all night. I'll leave from here right now, I'm going to be dancing. But you cussing people, it's going to bother you all night because you're a human being. Don't mind people say, I don't got cuss, I don't care. No. To cuss, once again, let me tell you this. To cuss, you have to put yourself to a certain position for the anger level to allow you to utter certain words that you usually don't use all of the time. And after that, then you have to bring your level back. You have to bring yourself back to the level that you can converse with your kids, your family, and everybody else because you're a decent person. Why put yourself through those kinds of yo-yo stuff? 1 minute you're here, another minute you're down there. Why put yourself through that when you can just talk to people with respect and perhaps you will be able to get a lot of things out of them? This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. It have nothing to do with job. It has nothing to do with my position in Liberia. Nothing. I'm a Liberian. And I truly believe that if Liberia fails, we all fail. I'll give you an example. Look at that Doe community road they just constructed recently. In 3 months, rainy season. Tell me, you've been in this country or you're in a diaspora. How many times have you seen people doing construction in the winter season or rainy season? When it's raining, they close all construction site down. But in Liberia, they're building during rainy season. Now, tell me how long you think that road that beautiful road that they put there, how long you think that's going to last? First thing, we don't even have the budget for maintenance. There's no maintenance budget. Not that I'm aware of. Okay. Second, even if you have the money for maintenance, you know how soon before you start doing some serious maintenance on that road? You look at that road, the community road. The road itself is higher than the rest of the community. If it rains, where the water going? It's not going to people's property, or they're not the same people for which you put in the road for. You just have the kind of thing that I keep saying. So in order for us to do it right, we have to consult people. But if we keep pushing those people away, those people who are responsible to do these kinds of stuff, we push them away. There are other people, they go like this. And I told you guys a long time ago, I said during the election, I said this young man, oh, the man not educated. Oh, he know nothing. Oh, the man just play football, he nothing. You push him away. And guess what? There are other people, smart too now, just like you. Say, come to Papa. Come on, I got you. I will seek your interest. Come to me. And they put him in a bubble. They put him in a bubble. Instead of seeking the interests of our people, they seek their own interests first. This is what happened. Now you're complaining. Way back, I think it was 2005, when Dr. Weah wanted to be president. I believe it was 2005. Josiah Johnson, former Lone Star player, one of the best in the whole world, I would say. He made a statement about Dr. Weah. He said this young man, when he came, instead of asking to be a sport director or sport minister or something like that, you didn't want to pay him no, but now you want to be president, you're complaining? It's the same situation here. So for us, those of us that love Liberia, I will continue to preach peace. Whether I want job or I want, in fact, even if I want to join Liberia, I'm on Liberian. If I'm qualified, I must get it. But of course, that's not what I'm doing. So I thought that I'd let you guys know and say thank you very much. Let me get out of here. It's been a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you very much for tuning in to Liberian Public Radio. We'll say good night to you. Let's do it again, hopefully tomorrow. Sam Sinto, Liberian Public Radio.
Hey yo,